Welcome back, Toastmasters. You were charged to reflect on a time you said no and why. You will have 3 to 5 minutes to regale us with that event. I will go first. Shan, you.
I hope you can see the screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So the time and sequence would be green light 3, yellow light 4, and red light 5. Is that okay with you,
Correct.
Edward?
That is correct.
All right, go ahead then.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Toastmasters, I am not someone known to say no. Most of my friends and my family Edward will be happy to assist you. Edward will be there for you. But there are times when I said no. Most recently, I said no to my friends last time. Today is a public and bank holiday here in Belize. It's Garifuna Settlement Day. So everyone has today off. That means Thursday was on full swing. Everyone was out having a drink. Everyone was out celebrating. But tomorrow, my daughter is having a birthday party. And the curfew in Belize is at 9 p.m., which means everyone should be off the streets by 9 p.m. That means all the grocery shops, all the supermarkets will be closed by 8 p.m. I had very little time to shop and get all I needed to prepare for her birthday party tomorrow. If I had taken time to go have a drink with my friends, I would not have been able to shop and get all that I need for her party. You know how it is when you go for a drink with your friends. I'll have just one, but it's never just one. Before you know it, you have had 3 or 4, maybe 5. And the time has simply went by. You lose track of time when you're out socializing with your friends. And I knew this. I knew if I go and take a drink with my friends, there would go the evening. I will simply lose track of time. And before I know it, it would be 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. All the stores would be closed and I would have to be on my way home. So for that reason, I said no to my friends. My daughter only turns 18 once. It's her 18th birthday. All her little friends are coming over. Therefore, I have to make it a special occasion. I had to go get all the meat for the barbecue she wants me to prepare. I had to make arrangements for the flour tortillas. I had to get all the drinks and balloons and decorations to ensure that she has a lovely, lovely time. That was more important to me than going out and having a drink with my friends. There are times when we must choose what is important to us. And as one Toastmaster said this evening, we must always put family first. Yes, my friends will understand. Some of them will be here tomorrow. So it will still have a great time together. But because there is a curfew in Belize at 9 p.m. and all stores would have been closed by 8 p.m., I said no to going to have a drink with my friends so that I can get all I need to prepare for my daughter's birthday party. There is always a time to say no. So Toastmasters, do not be afraid of saying no. That was an example of me saying no to my friends. Now, we have a volunteer who would like to go second. When was a time you said no and why?
Are you throwing the question just like that?
Yes, Khalid. Would you like to give it a shot?
Why not? If nobody else is willing, I can do that, Mr. Table Topics Master. Friends, I am also the same type as Edward. I don't usually say no. Do you know why? Because there is some belief inside me that every time you're offered an opportunity, there is something to learn from. And there is a wise man who said that especially if you're offered something which you're afraid of, don't say no. And I have lived my life like that. I never say no because there is always something to learn from, whether it's going to be a good experience or a bad experience. There's always something that you can learn. Just coincidentally, today I read something. It said that appreciate all your friends. For example, an unkind friend will teach you the value of kindness, and a noisy friend will teach you the value of silence. So as you can see, even if I'm invited by friends whose company I do not appreciate, I never say no. Whether it's for a drink, for a barbecue, or anything, I go there because I'm sure I will come out with an extra experience. So I never say no, and there is not a single time in my life that I regret because I never said no. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Excellent, Khalid. Excellent. There's always an opportunity for us to learn. Next volunteer.
Okay, I'll go there.
Atman? Oh, Shan, great.
No, go ahead, Atma. Okay.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mini situation where when I'm saying no, but I have some memories with my friends in work. There is a time I have a mini experience how Khalid he mentioned earlier. Maybe you have a bad experience or maybe best experience, and both of them you want to learn something. And what I learned from don't say no, there is many friends, they just come to me and they say, please Osman, give us some money, and in the end of the month I will take reclaim the money. I said, yes, go ahead. Maybe you have some worse situation. Maybe I'm just, maybe you have a doctor sick or maybe something like that. I will go, will give them the money. But in the end of the month, no one can back to me and say, here is your money. I'm just waiting. For first, maybe the first one, the third one, the second one. I'm just like that. This is why I'm decide to say no. I have no money. And maybe another memories with my friend. Always, I said no for our friends. He said to me, let's hang out and maybe have some party or something. I know. the end and the end of this, maybe this part, and the end of maybe just gonna in the prison or something like that. This is why I'm just being with myself and be with some, maybe some good friends and some best friends who maybe take care of me and maybe bring us some values or bring us some, maybe some essential lesson and something worth for our life. And this is, I believe, this is yeah, I know it's hard to say no for your friends, and maybe you just skip and ignore your belief and your thought and said no, because now it's, I think, the safe word. Back to you, Mr. David Chopimas.
Excellent job, Othman. Yes, we cannot allow others to take advantage of us. We must know when to say no in those situations. Excellent point. Shehan?
Okay, wait. All right. Imagine that friend who comes to you all the time and bugging you every time. Dude, bro, do me a small favor? And right now, you are looking at this face of a guy who fell for that trap all the time. Club president, Toastmasters, and guest. Just like I mentioned before, a person who believed in this concept called empathy. I remember my school teacher saying us in her social studies lesson, empathy, you should feel empathy all the time when you see someone. So I believe in this concept. And whenever someone came to me and asked me, can you do me a small favor? I fell for it because I believe in that. And I wanted to help every time as possible. Now, there was this one friend who and I was there at my classroom, my O-level classes, my ordinary level exam classrooms. Now, he came to me one day and said, during my university entrance exam, hey, bro, I just need some help from you. Could you please show me the answer script for this exam right now? I couldn't do the physics homework. So I say, if you could do it, it'll be, I don't want to take a distinction pass. I just wanted to pass this exam and go to China and study. And I said, okay, he's not having a lot of big targets. He just wanted to pass the exam. And then I did it. I helped him. I showed my answer script and I cheated. Yes, I cheated. Could you believe that? Because of him. And the person, my friend, he passed the exam and he went to China to study engineering while I'm stuck here at Sri Lanka studying engineering, getting distinction pass while he's just barely passed the exam. And then the process didn't stop there. And short while ago, after he went there and in China and settled there in China and started learning there in China, he started sending me an assignment. Bro, could you please do me a favor? Could you please do this for me? I'm having some troubles with that because, you know, the Chinese accents are not that clear to me. So I'm having a hard time to understand what they're saying. And then he wanted me to do all the exam assignments for him. And you know what happened? Again, I fell for the trap because I remember the lesson I learned back in my social study class, empathy. So I said yes and did it anyway. And that became a habitat. Whenever he wanted to do something, he just put me a WhatsApp message and said, bro, please, could you please do this? This will be a great help. I will be in forever debt for you. And I, as a good friend I am, I didn't want to say no. And I did it for him. And that became a practice day by day, year by year. It became a part of his academic life up until today. That's the funny thing. That's the frank thing about this entire topic. Because today also he had an online exam, an in-class exam, 2 hours, and he started calling me from China so that I could do the exams and the questions for him while I'm listening to my lecture. Who did you think who I was? I mean, I was studying for my exam while he was bugging all the time saying, could you please do this? The same innocent act again. But I didn't wanna fall for it. Yes, the empathy lesson came to my mind, but I wanted to teach myself a lesson because he was using me all the time and he took me for granted. Why do I need to put myself into that position? I asked myself. Toastmasters and guests. Sometimes, yes, empathy is a big concept. We should feel empathy for some people or sympathy, whatever. But there are people who take that advantage of yours. Sometimes that feeling that you have towards others will be the disadvantage for you because people would try to get the benefit out of it. So whenever you are given such an opportunity, such a tedious occasion, a friend of yours who seemed to be a good friend and saying, bro, could you please do me a small favor with that innocent look? Just like I fell for it, please don't fall for that trap. Please learn how to say no when it is necessary so that we can come up with these situations and learn and move on. Over to you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent point. We all have that one friend who uses us as a crutch. And because we are so empathetic person, we allow them. But there are times when we have to let them stand on their own 2 feet. Excellent point, Jehan. Excellent point. Angela, when was the last time you said no? And why?
Shall we remind the time and sequence for Angela as well? Because she's not there.
Yes, Angela, you have 3 to 5 minutes to regale us with the last time you said no and why. You have 3 to 5 minutes to regale us with the last time you said no and why.
Angela, you are on mute.
Let me just shut the door. Because this is a secret. The last time I said no was when I turned down the offer of a drink at lunchtime. Because I don't want to get in the habit of drinking every lunchtime. I want to confine myself to having a drink at a weekend for 2 reasons. Number one, I've been on a diet for a year and it's been going very well. I don't know if any of you can see, and if you've seen pictures of me before on Facebook, and you can see that I've gone from a size 16 to 18 down to a size 12. So I don't want to put on extra weight. I don't want the calories, and I also don't want to drink too much, because in the long term, I read somewhere that every drink you have shortens your life by 10 minutes. Or something similar. So I look at this drink and I think, 10 minutes fun now, 10 minutes later. That's a hard decision, isn't it? Well, if I don't particularly want to drink, well, I'll give myself 10 minutes extra later on. And it's a hard thing. You have to make a decision. I find it easier to say no in advance, to say to my family, I don't want to drink lunch times because it makes me fall asleep in the afternoon and I want to get on with my work. And then my family are rule followers. If you say I'm not doing it, they expect you to follow it, and they follow it. So that's it. And they will then say to me, but you said you weren't going to drink at lunchtime if I suddenly decide I want to. So that was why I said no, and I will continue losing weight and gaining this odd 10 minutes, won't I? Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Topics Master of the day.
Excellent point, Angela. Excellent point. We must stay committed to our goals. We must stay committed to our goals and not give up 10 minutes off our lives. Excellent point. Mike, when was the last time you said no and why?
Actually, I don't. I have no idea about last time I see no. Is maybe 1 year, 1 year ago, when some people when one times when my manager want me to share my something for cheat something. So I say no. I think in actual life, I always like say yes. So say no for me not have a good memory that thing. That's all. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent presentation. Yes, sometimes we say yes so often, we don't remember the last time we said no. Good point, good point. Toastmasters, today's theme was the last time we said no. Or why shouldn't we be afraid of saying no? You all did an excellent job, whether it was in table topics or sharing your experience saying no. But to find out how well we did with our accounting today, we will have Otman give us the accounter's report.
Yeah, before that, I'll give the retirements report for the last session.
Please, Shan. Please, Shan.
Yes. So during, as we didn't have project speeches today, we had this quite an impromptu speech session where we were given the task of speaking about the opportunities that the occasions that we said no for 3 to 5 minutes with the 3 to 5 minute time in sequence. And Edward, our club president, spoke for 4 minutes and 4 seconds within the time, and our Toastmaster Khalid Amin spoke for 1 minute and 59 seconds. Toastmaster Othman spoke for 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Myself, I spoke for 5 minutes and 6 seconds. And Toastmaster Angela Lunsberry spoke for 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And Toastmaster Mike spoke for 1 minute and 13 seconds. Unfortunately, Toastmaster Khalid, Toastmaster Angela, and Toastmaster Mike are not within the time and sequence, but it's okay because it's such a spontaneous speaking session that we had. And Toastmaster Edward, Othman, and myself were within the time limits, but it's okay. We'll try our best to improve our impromptu timing as well next time. Over to you.
Excellent job, Shan. Excellent job. Atman, the accountant report.
Yes, thank you. As we know, accountant is my duty to count the number of repetition of unwanted pauses and filler words like that's make the speech not eloquent. This is why maybe you can take some stay calm and maybe get your time for speaking. So my report today, I only count the number of repetition words for first segment and the second segment. For the first segment, I say for Khalid, I think he didn't any filler words. I hear nothing for the film. For Mike, he said 26 time, and for Sean, he did and for 3 time, for 3 time, and extra he repeated for 4 time, and so for 7 time. For Edward, I I don't hear anything from you. You are a great speaker. Congratulations. And for the second part of table topic master, for Sean, I only hear 3 from you. For Mike, he used for 10 times, pauses, 2 pauses, unwanted pauses. For he did and he said and 3 times, and we 3 times. For Angelina, he said so 2 times and 4 times. For Edward, I'm still heard anything from them. For me, I count for below words. I know I'm the worst, so I don't count myself. So back to you, Mr. Edward. This is all for me.
Excellent job, Atman. Excellent job. Yes. When you are the counter, you start to realize how many crutches you have yourself. I had that experience too, Atman. Don't worry. Guys, I want to commend you all for an exceptional showing today. You participated, you engaged, and the most challenging assignment was in the second portion, where we had to speak for 3 to 5 minutes. And it was about ourselves. At times we said no and why. And we all rose to the occasion. It's easy to do a manual presentation. You have the entire week to prepare and you come and you present. But when you had to do it on the spot, when you were put on the spot, you all rose to the occasion. And that is the mark of a great Toastmaster, to be able to take a speaking opportunity and to make it special. We learned something unique from all speakers this evening, that we should always say yes because it's a learning opportunity. We should say no because we need to stay committed to our goals. We need to say no because we cannot allow our friends to use us as crutch, and we must allow them to stand on their own 2 feet. And we simply should not allow others to take advantage of us. We did such an exceptional job in that. You should all be proud of yourself. And you can only get better if, like Angela, you stay committed to your goal and not take that drink, but instead come to Toastmasters every week. Guys, saying no isn't easy, especially when you're saying no to people you love. But we must hold ourselves and others accountable. Yes, we want to say yes all the time. We want to take that opportunity to learn and become better. But when saying yes allows someone to not grow, to use you as a crutch and not stand on their own 2 feet, it's best to say no. When you're being taken advantage of, when someone is just using you for their personal gain, it is best to say no. When it's for you to stay committed to your goals and your ambition, yes, it may be the best thing to do is to say no, whether it's to go out to have a drink or to take on extra work. There is always a time for you to say no. Don't be afraid of saying no. At times, saying no will help you grow and help others grow as well. If they learn to not use you as a crutch, if they learn to rely on themselves, by you saying no, you have helped them to grow. You have done something good for them. So as leaders, yes, we always want to be supportive, kind, and considerate, but there are times when we must be able to say no. I don't advise you to go around and say no to everything, but be aware of the situation you're in, the circumstances you're in, and how saying no will help you and others grow. Toastmasters, don't be afraid to say no. Again, guys, thank you for an exceptional meeting.
Can we have
We are
a
at the
photo?
end.
Can we have a photo?
Yes,
Photo.
yes, of course.
Khalid, if you can turn on your video, that would be better.
Khalid, are you there?
Actually, I am. I have been connected all the time, but I was not here all the time actually because I had things to take care of. But now, right here, I am. Yes, tell me. How can
No
I help
worries.
you?
Can you?
Yeah, we are taking a photo.
Oh, you're taking a photo? No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Edward, do give us the directions.
Yes, guys. Okay, with your biggest Toastmaster smile. Anuma, get set, go. One more time. Excellent. I'll be posting it in the chat group and here as well.
Is it okay for me to put it on Facebook?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Excellent, guys. Excellent.